Good morning and welcome to Coffee Talk. Let me prepare you that this morning's Coffee Talk might be a little all over the place because it's kind of hard to pinpoint exactly how I feel about the situation. But I got a letter from somebody that I was reading last night and then reading again this morning about how she was best friends with this girl. She's a younger girl. She was best friends with this girl all through elementary school, middle school, and they got into high school together, and freshman and half of sophomore year, they were best friends. And even though she's only 15 and a half or 16, whatever she said she was, it was a very well-written letter with real emotion and real conflict. Basically, what she said was things started to change. Her friend began to develop and got into boys and things like that faster than she did. And so they naturally separated. See now, and this is not the part that hurts her. So that's how I know she's mature. She was sad and she missed her friend, but she was happy for her friend, that her friend was making new friends and gaining a certain popularity. What hurt her is that when her new friends started to make fun of this girl, we'll call her Alice, when the friend, Virginia, when Virginia's new friends started to make fun of Alice and purposefully exclude her, Virginia allowed it to happen. And Alice now is in excruciating pain and anger and doesn't know how to pull herself out of it. So while I can't respond to every letter, I want to talk about the issue at hand. There is a saying, something like, the noise of our enemies is loud, but the silence of our friends is deafening. And Alice, I know you are watching. This statement is so true that I sometimes rotate it on my inspiration board. I'm going to say it again for you. The noise of our enemies is loud, but the silence of our friends can be deafening. We have a certain expectation for friendship. We understand that it ebbs and flows. We understand that people make new friends. Men, women come in and out of our lives, and friendships, they separate, they come back together, all of that. But when you are singled out or when you are hurting and your friends don't do their job, because let's call it what it is. As friends, you have a job. Part of being a best friend is defending your friends. Perhaps not the crazy lunatic way I do it, but it is a job. I will not let people off the hook. I will not absolutely for 1 second try to psychoanalyze and tell you she doesn't have a human obligation to defend you. She absolutely does. But where she is she's coming into her new popularity, and her insecurity about losing that has trumped her ability to defend you. The reason, our enemies can hurt us, but our loved ones can devastate us. Because the more invested you are in a relationship with someone, the more invested you are in loving them, the more time you've given of yourself and true self that you've given to someone, the greater their ability to disappoint and hurt you. So I will say this to you. Is there a reason she's not doing it? Is there a reason she's not saying to them, look, guys, we can hang out and be friends, but you absolutely can't purposefully exclude Alice and say mean things about her and make fun of her, because that I won't tolerate? Yes, the reason is she's terrified that they will leave her and then she will be on the receiving end of that. Doesn't make it right. But I want you to understand that that's why she's doing it. At this point, I know that we all would want redemption. Some grandiose Hollywood act where in the 9th inning, she turns around and she's like, I can't allow this to go on anymore. It won't happen. Okay? It won't happen. So now what you need to do, and what we all would need to do in this situation, is set boundaries and move on. Because if not, you're just leaving yourself open for hurt. When our friends betray us or hurt us or forsake us or don't stick up for us, it is excruciating. It really is. I had the same best friend from the time I was 13 years old. And when I ended the friendship in January, I looked back at all of the times that I allowed myself to feel disappointed or hurt and thought, why do I keep doing this to myself? How do I even justify at this point why I'm still friends with this person? We do it because we don't want to walk away from investments. We look back and go, but I've already put in 13 years. There's some sort of grandiose, nostalgic sort of pride we have in saying, well, we've been best friends since we were 13. Have you really? I don't think so. I hadn't. Because even though we became friends when we were 13, we were not the same people anymore. We had different expectations and we were bringing different friendships to the table. I was bringing the table to the table. So you have to really look at the people that are hurting you. Are you allowing it to go on? Are you continuing the friendship because of what you had for so long? Are you judging the friendship for what is, or are you judging the friendship for what was? Because it's that what, really? What? Okay, well, can you give me 2 minutes? Seriously, husband? It's the same time frame every morning. Anyway, I'm sensitive to this subject because so many people are so giving in friendships and they get so little back and they take this tiny bit. They even will stand by while their friends are like actively hurting them. And I don't want to see any of that happen anymore. Remember, the noise of our enemies is loud, but the silence of our friends can be deafening. And I have had numerous conversations, even with some of my bells, where I've said, I've slid into home plate with my face for you. Where are you in my time of need? And they have looked at me and said, we're not like you. We're not good at confrontation. We're not da-da-da. Nobody's asking you to fight. Nobody's asking you to be confrontational. What I am asking is that you say, hey, don't talk to me about it. She's my friend. That's all. I don't think that's confrontational. I don't think I'm asking too much. And I don't think you are either, Alice. Very simple. All Virginia has to say is, hey, guys, we're doing our own thing. We don't need to, because if their bond is that they're talking about you, I don't really know what kind of friendship that is. That's not really a strong foundation for a friendship. It's kind of fleeting and weak. So today, I think we all sort of analyze the friendships we have and appreciate the ones that work and set boundaries and or walk away from the ones that don't, if need be. If you feel disappointed, if you feel less than in a friendship, it is not working. It is not for you. You deserve the kind of friendship where that person shows up to the table every single day with you, bringing the table together. The kind of friendship that stories are made of, because we all deserve that one friend. You may not have 10, but you should have one, and you deserve that. So don't settle for less. I love you today. Have a great day.